Kourse Krash
with a K!
I'm Emily.
And I'm Victoria.
And we're going to fill your brains with the knowledge about the tragedy of Macbeth by Shakespeare. Macbeth was a very successful soldier until three witches told him he'd be Thane and Cawdor, Thane and Glamis, and king hereafter. Then Lady Macbeth talked him into killing King Duncan. When he became king, that's when he went on a killing spree. Dun dun dun! When the people of Scotland rallied against him, it didn't head well with Macbeth. Okay, ladies, now let's get into details.
Three witches told Macbeth that he would be Thane of Glamis, Thane of Cawdor, and King of Scotland. So Macbeth does everything he can to become king.
Like, literally, everything.
The first thing he does is kill the current king, King Duncan, with his wife, Lady Macbeth's help. With Lady Macbeth's insane plan, they find a nice way to kill King Duncan.
Macbeth stabs King Duncan continuously until he dies. But right before he kills him, he hallucinates a dagger. After he kills King Duncan, they stage the guards by getting them drunk.
Don't drink, kids.
And they pass out. Then Lady Macbeth smears Duncan's blood all over them. Wow, isn't she something? The next morning, Ross and Macduff find the bodies. They blame the guards and alert Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. Macbeth goes and gets murderers to kill Banquo and Fleance because the witches said Banquo's descendants will become king, and Macbeth wants to stay king. But wait, he doesn't stop there.
He goes and kills Macduff's whole family because he was paranoid because Macduff didn't come to the big dinner.
Killing Macduff's family bumped up his death sentence. Well, the death sentence that Macduff created.
Wait, let's back it up.
Macduff was at the dinner because he fled to England to raise an army to overthrow Macbeth.
While this is happening, Macbeth is with the witches, and they tell him a second prophecy. They tell him that Banquo's descendants will become king, that no one birthed from a woman will kill him, and he will be killed whenever the forest moves.
Once Macbeth finds out that Banquo's descendants will become king, he hires murderers to kill all of Macduff's family.
Macduff hears about his family's death and is devastated, and gathers an army to get revenge on Macbeth.
Then Macbeth finds out Lady Macbeth kills herself from the guilt of killing King Duncan.
Macbeth is so upset and shocked from his wife's sudden death.
Right after this, Macduff shows up full of hatred towards Macbeth, and Malcolm becomes king of Scotland.
Sorry, we have to keep this PG, kids.
You are now King of Scotland.
That's the end of the tragedy of Macbeth. Now let's tell you the story behind it.
Shakespeare wrote the tragedy of Macbeth for King James I because he needed something to entertain and impress his father-in-law, King of Denmark.
Shakespeare had to write the tragedy very fast. This is not Shakespeare's usual style of writing, yet is one of his best plays.
It was written between 1604 and 1606, and it is loosely based on history. It was performed at the Globe Theatre, and it was finally published in 1623.
It was loosely written because it was never proven that Macbeth actually killed King Duncan.
The setting is 11th century Scotland and briefly England. Scotland was very violent and troubled during this time. This is the shortest Shakespearean play and considered one of his darkest.
The historical Macbeth, born in 1005, he married Krash and they had no children. He ruled for 17 years. He was a very successful king and he kept peace and stability in Scotland.
King Duncan's son invaded Scotland in 1054, and Macbeth was killed August 17, 1057.
Now you guys are fully informed about Macbeth.
Peace out!